All right, hey, it's Mike here with Martial Arts Growth, and in this video what I'm going to be sharing with you is why, when we only depend on word of mouth and we don't have an active strategy to grow our student base, why we're going backwards and why schools are declining and dying. And they're saying things like, well, it's just the way it is. That's just the way the industry is. You know, it's bad right now. People aren't really into martial arts, or people aren't signing up like they used to, or whatever. When that's just not true. You know, the martial arts industry is actually growing right now at a pretty good rate. It's growing actually 3% higher than the average just marketplace out there. So like just all markets combined are growing around 8 to 9% per annum per year. And martial arts right now is actually growing at 13%. So this is post-pandemic, right? And whether that's online virtually or in person, that's the growth rate. So that's not the case. So if your school is declining in students, it's most likely because you're not using an active strategy to keep growing your students each month, and you're just relying on referrals. So what we want to do is, show you just some math, because math doesn't lie, and it's really the best way to look at things, especially when it comes to business, right? A lot of people are making emotional decisions. Let's just look at the math. So I went and found out the average referral rate per business. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what it is, it's just industry wide. Okay, the average referral rate is 2.35%. So what does that mean? That means that on average, 2.35% of your students or your customers are going to refer people to you. And when they do refer people to you, on average, they refer about 2.68 people. So 2 people, let's call it. Well, the average student drop-off that a martial arts school sees on average, the average attrition rate is 20 to 30%. Now, hopefully, you're not like some of the people that come to us and they're at 40%. So if you just look at that, and I broke this down, what that looks like just over 90 days, okay? But before I get into these other 2 statistics, let's just focus on these 2 here, okay? So let's just say you have 100 students to make the math easy. Well, if month 1 you have 100 students, and I gave you the benefit of the doubt, so the average is 20 to 30%, I'm saying you only have a 10%, okay? So I'm giving you a huge benefit of the doubt here, okay? So let's say that you only lose 10%, even though the average is 20 to 30. Okay, so I'm giving you some credit here. Well, so 100 students minus 10% attrition, we have 90 students. And then if you had 2.35% of your student base refer new people to you, okay, you'd be at 92.1 students, so 92 students, okay? So after month 1, with attrition and you getting referrals, you're at 92 students. Okay, so month 2 we start out, you're at 92 students, minus your 10% attrition. Again, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You're at 82.89, okay? Plus your referral rate. So let's say you get the average referral rate, 2.35%. You're at 84.84 students. So we'll call it 85 or whatever. Month 3, you start out with 84, minus your 10% attrition, giving you the benefit of the doubt again. You're at 76, plus you're getting a 2.35% referral rate. You're at 78. So I made a little rough graph here. As you can see, you went from 100 to 92 to 82 to 78 by month 3. Because you're thinking, well, word of mouth is gonna make it happen. That's the problem with that. Now, word of mouth is amazing. It's one of the only types of growth rates that will actually compound. 1 can tell 2, 2 will tell 4, 4 will tell 8. That can compound. But you have to keep new people coming into the place all the time that is going to allow you to get into a growth rate like that. If you just depend on that, and look, I was giving you a benefit of the doubt here, okay? So let's take a look at these other stats that I have here. So for every $1, the Constant Contact just did this in 2021, July. They found that for every $1 that people spent, B2C or B2B, for every dollar spent on email marketing had a return on investment of $36. So that means for every dollar spent towards email marketing, people got $36 back. That's huge. So if you don't have a solid email marketing process in place, and I'm not talking about just emailing, discounts and coupons, which that's better than nothing, but I'm talking about having a full-fledged retargeting email marketing process in place. Look what you're missing here, okay? So then here's what else. Is 99 firms, I believe, they just did a study that said when people combined Facebook and Google ads, and they combined that, okay, so they combined Facebook ads with Facebook and Google ad retargeting, the average increase in sales went up 54%. So if you just had Facebook ads and retargeting along with email marketing, you would add an additional 54%. Think about that. So you would have this constant influx. So this is what's happening. You have this little bit of growth right here with your referral rate, but imagine adding an additional 54% to that plus this. Do you see how that's how our schools are growing the way they're growing? You have to have an inbound process coming in, okay? You can't just go off of what you've got here because it'll slowly just eat itself, even if I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. So that's why, we have you doing a full-fledged funnel, running Facebook and Google ads and retargeting, and we're seeing a lot higher percentage rates than this. Like when I say more, like our latest one is 414% ROI with ads and retargeting and email. So think about that. And then that continues to grow as well. And then we can work on lowering the attrition rates with these quick win things that we have you doing. And there's just a lot of ways that you can grow your business that people just are not talking about. Most of what I see the people talking about in the martial arts industry is old tried and true tactics that did work and do work to a certain degree, but people get their information in a different way today, okay? You know that because you're doing it right now. You're watching it on, most likely, your mobile device. You could be watching it on a computer, but this is where people learn about things and this is where they make decisions. And so you need to be there. You need to have an actual process in place, and you need to be able to take advantage of these simple tools and these simple things like having a funnel in place and having a video do, I didn't put that stat up here, but people on average like to learn about brands. 82% of people said they'd rather watch a video about a product or service from a brand. So if you're not using video, Google and Facebook ads and retargeting and email, think about why you're not getting that growth you want. Because just looking at the math, you're just on a steady decline, even with referrals each month. And most of you, are not getting that referral every month like you think you should or want to, okay? So if you want, to digest this and think about this, it's pretty simple why things aren't growing if they're not for you, okay? So if you'd like to, learn about how to get this stuff going, then go ahead and, click down below and check out what we've got for you. And I look forward to seeing you in other videos. Go ahead and subscribe, okay? And if you have questions about this, or you have comments about this, or you feel different about this, just go down in the comments and leave a comment, and I'll be glad to get back with you. So, all right, I'll see you in the next video.